Right now, in the entire combat sports world, there's only one conversation, one question. Is Jake Paul's boxing career over before it truly began? The social media superstar who tried to carve out a new identity in the boxing ring stood opposite former heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua in Miami. And what happened next wasn't just a loss, it was devastation. A sixth-round knockout that didn't just end the match, but perhaps changed Jake Paul's entire future. We're not talking about a regular knockout here. This was brutal. Paul didn't just leave the ring with a loss. He left with a double broken jaw, an injury that required immediate surgical intervention. Think about that. On one hand, he was building momentum, proving critics wrong. He even won 2 rounds on one judge's scorecard before the knockout. But then, Anthony Joshua's devastating right hand came crashing down, and the entire story changed.
I'm still, after all the fights you've had, in awe of the fact that you do what you do. It's mind-blowing to me.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to get your beat. But it was a great experience. Like, I learned a lot in there. I can't really talk.
When this fight was first announced, you had said something to the effect of this would end Jake Paul's career. After what you saw tonight, do you think that Jake should continue to box, or what do you think the future holds for him?
Yeah, I really take my hat off to. I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, look, that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights.
The impact of that punch wasn't just limited to a knockdown. That single punch fractured Paul's jaw in 2 separate places. Doctors call it a double break. After the fight, Paul was rushed to the hospital, where surgeons fitted 2 titanium plates and 8 screws into his jaw to hold the broken bones together. They even had to remove several of his teeth during the procedure.
The people need to respect him. I don't say that only because I'm fight here in a company, but it's because Jake, the people need to respect Jake, you know. I mean, every single fight go inside the ring, everybody need respect.
After this brutal punishment, reports are emerging that Jake Paul is mentally and physically exhausted. According to sources close to him, he is seriously considering hanging up the gloves for good. In one clip, he was even heard saying, "I am retiring from boxing."
And then I got dropped. But yeah, I was doing good. I just think my cardio, just the mental pressure of the big guy and sparring the big people is different than the 10-ounce gloves. So I was feeling his power a lot more. But it was a great experience. Like, I learned a lot in there. I can't really talk.
Are you in pain?
Yeah, but
Does it hurt?
It's not from like talking.
Talk to me about what your jaw feels like, because you got
It's like a baseball in there.
two
then
plates?
It just feels like
4 titanium plates?
4 titanium plates. How many do you have?
Just 1.
8 screws. 8 screws.
But this story isn't just about pain and retirement. What are the top experts saying about this? Promoter Eddie Hearn, who predicted before the fight that this match could end Jake Paul's career, has an even serious tone now. He says that moving on from an injury like this isn't just a physical battle, it's a psychological war. The fear of the next punch can change a fighter from the inside out.
I'm getting hit in the face every single day while I could be playing soccer in Saudi. I'm friends with the Saudis slash football.
Back in the day?
I was on the A team in 7th grade. I have a really good kick. I can run fast, and I'll knock out everyone that with us.
Yeah.
And then there's the legendary commentator Joe Rogan. He took it to another level, warning Paul about the long-term risk of brain damage, or CTE. Rogan described that final knockout blow as having the force of 10 punches concentrated into one impact. His message was clear. Is taking this risk worth it, especially when you have other options in life?
Look, that guy did great for someone who's been boxing for like less than a decade. He has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
I don't even remember what happened in the Tommy.
He lost a close decision, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight, though. He's a good boxer. If he wasn't a YouTuber, people would be way more impressed with him.
Yeah.
The problem is he was like a famous kid, and then no one took him seriously.
Yeah.
But
and then he started too with like more spectacle-ish fights. People were like, "Oh, this is you." He fought, Nate Robinson, like a basketball player.
But the thing is, he knocked Nate Robinson
He knocked him the fuck out.
And it's the way he did it that I was trying to tell people. I'm like, no.
And wherever Jake Paul's name is, controversy is sure to follow. First, was the fight fixed? On this question, Eddie Hearn has forcefully said, absolutely not. He puts it bluntly, you don't fake that kind of injury. The titanium plates, the surgery, the broken teeth, all of it is proof that what happened in the ring was 100% real.
Don't ever give a monkeys about what anyone says, because they sit at home, they're full of negativity. It's like the people that are negative towards someone like Jake Paul. Look at what he's done with his life. Do you know what I mean? So yes, it took AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him, and then he knocked him spark out and broke his jaw. It was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe, because Jake was moving so much, holding, but did well, I thought. I mean, I was impressed with him. I mean, I was more impressed with his toughness, because I think that last shot would have knocked out most heavyweights. I mean, you've got to respect him, because he did what many people wouldn't do, which was get in the ring with him. And, he didn't, I know he run and hold, but he also let his hands go at times. And he was in the firing line, and, we got 6 good rounds in the end of actual work.
Is that how you see it in the end?
Yeah, I actually think it's a positive, because, we could have gone in there and got it all over with 45 seconds. He's done an 8-week camp, and now he's done 6 rounds. He's got something to go back and work on with a team, and onwards and upwards.
But another stranger controversy is emerging, the issue of steroids. Paul has long been accused of using performance-enhancing drugs. Now, according to some online reports, Paul has devised a bizarre plan to answer these allegations. He has allegedly suggested that he's considering going on a cycle of steroids just to show the world the difference between his natural and enhanced physique. This is a reckless and unverified claim that could land him in serious trouble with boxing commissions. But it adds another bizarre chapter to this whole situation.
That I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me randomly for the next 5 years if I can test you randomly for performance enhancing the next 2 years, and I never got a response on that.
This is why Jake Paul is on PEDs. Within this past year, Jake Paul has literally hit a second puberty and aged like 10 years. Furthermore, he has acne and his hairline is receding like crazy. And people like Jake Paul are going to the best skin doctors in the world and probably are taking hair loss products that aren't even approved for the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul necessarily took a steroid to make him look bigger, but he's definitely taking something that allows him to recover faster. That way he's able to train more and get better at boxing quickly.
So, what's next? Jake Paul is standing at a crossroads. He showed courage, he faced a champion, but he also had to face the bitter reality of heavyweight boxing. Will he move on from this brutal injury, overcome the mental and physical hurdles, and make a comeback? Or was this a painful end to a journey that could never be completed? What do you think? Should Jake Paul step back into the ring? Let us know in the comments.